should be checking your batteries, your leisure battery. Hadn't even occurred to me. I've not checked a vehicle battery in years. Don't know why. I certainly used to, but haven't checked a vehicle battery in years. So anyway, this is a quick video. If you've got a VW, this is applicable as well. Your leisure batteries should be checked. They say monthly, but actually I think every 3 months is probably okay. I'm just going to show you how to do it. The location of my battery might be different to yours, but here's the routine. So first of all, apologies for the lighting. I've had to turn the power off, obviously, to deal with the battery. My leisure battery's got a fuse terminal there, and I'm just going to unplug the fuse to that. So I've switched all the power off. I'm just going to take the fuse out so that can be easily disconnected. So that's that down there. The next thing we need to do is we need to unscrew these caps, and what we're going to do is we're just going to check the electrolyte levels within the battery. So I'm going to get a head torch and stick that on. Bit of a safety note, if you are taking these caps off, in here is battery acid, so really you should have gloves on and a pair of goggles. You don't want battery acid in your eyes, so I'm just going to do that. One thing that I forgot to note there, to get these caps off, either a very large screwdriver or a 20p piece and a pair of pliers will also do the job. And it might be that your battery doesn't have these caps, in which case it's not serviceable battery and you don't actually need to do anything. So that's a good thing if you've not got one of those. Okay, so I've loosened this cap. I'm just going to take that off there and have a look inside. Now, I don't know if you can see that. You can. There's a little marker just in there. I'm using my shadow. Don't want to get too near that. And the electrolyte level is above that marker. Now, I'm not sure if there's a maximum level on that. Don't see one, but that's made me happy actually that battery is actually fine. I might just take one of the caps off from the other side and that'll let me see. Now, that one's slightly different. That is on the minimum. Sorry, that's really bad camera work. So you can just about see there, that battery level is on the minimum. So that's making me think that actually that does need topped up. So we got this van in August 2023 and we're now 1st of March tomorrow. This is 29th of February. Is that right? Yes. So yeah, 6 months and it's pretty low actually, so I need to get that topped up. So I've ordered some, I think it's called Car Plan deionized water on Amazon, and I've got like a little syringe that I got for about £6 on Amazon. That arrives tomorrow, so I'm going to put the lid back on this just now, and tomorrow I'll go in and top them up a bit. Okay, it's the next day, and by the magic of YouTube, I've got the Car Plan deionized water, the syringe kit that I bought for about, I think it was about £6, £6.99 as I say, and then I've got this tube which I might actually use. No, maybe not actually, I'll just squirt it in with that, that's fine. So I'm just going to, well actually yeah, I suppose I will need to suck it up with the tube to get it in there in the first place. So yeah, get some in the syringe and then top up the battery. I'll do one cell at a time. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'm just using 20p piece. It's not ideal, and I'll show you in a minute why. So each battery cell is taking about 60 mil, could easily have taken 100. I don't want to overdo it. The actual, I can't remember what you call them now, the metal sort of grid bits are covered. That's the main thing that you want to be looking for. If those metal bits inside your battery are not covered, it's in a seriously bad state, and you want to be getting some deionized water into that urgently. This one's not too bad. It was on the level. The little, you'll see when you open up your battery, and obviously from earlier on in the video I showed you. Now I'm being a bit naughty. There's no gloves here, and I'm not wearing eye protection, which is just silly, because in here is battery acid, and that's not going to do anyone any favours. So that's all back connected again. I'm just going to put the fuse in, make sure I put it in the right way. I don't think it has got a polarity, but I just want to make sure. Make sure it's nice and firm, and it has a little glass cover, plastic cover even, clear plastic cover. Putting that back on. Terminals are okay, already checked them, and then the cover goes back on, and I've got this strap thing, and that's really just to stop it moving in transit. We don't want that moving about when you're going around corners. And that's it. Fairly simple job to do. And it's funny, we used to carry out battery maintenance on batteries back in the old days, but now since they started putting plastic covers on top of engines and there's no spark plugs and all this, there's very little maintenance that people, sort of day-to-day normal people do. I say normal people, that's maybe not the right thing. I've just offended half my audience, but you know what I mean. People don't tinker with their engines anymore. The maintenance that you have to do is checking the lights and dipstick once a bloody blue moon. And you know, cars are fairly, you stick it in the garage once a year for its MOT and once a year for its service and not much else. So I used to check my battery levels, and I'm pretty sure I used to have a test kit to test what I don't know what I was testing for, some kind of content in the battery, maybe acid levels or something, I can't remember now, but I do remember as a 17, 18-year-old doing that, and don't do that anymore. So anyway, that applies to any vehicle. This sort of testing applies to any vehicle, and you know, motorhome, camper van, VW, Fiat, doesn't matter. You need to be checking your leisure batteries. So get them checked right now, and be careful. Eye protection, gloves, because you don't want battery acid on you. See you next week. I just thought I'd quickly check the leisure battery and see. It's been on charge all day, but since topping it up you can see it's only at 12.5, 12.6 volts. So I think by topping it up it has dropped the levels a little bit. So a little bit of a charge just to bring it back up to full charge again, and we'll see how it performs after that. Be interesting to note the difference.